My best friend's older brother is completely convinced that I am secretly obsessed with him. I've been renting a small studio apartment attached to their family's property for a year to save money while working my first corporate job. It made perfect sense. My best friend Chloe and I have been inseparable since middle school. Living there just felt like being close to family, because to me, they were. Chloe is like a sister to me. She was the one who stood by me through every rough patch, who helped me practice for my job interviews, and who celebrated every small victory with me. When her older brother Ethan moved back into the main house after his divorce, I was glad she'd have more family around. He seemed quiet, private, and responsible. Sometimes when Chloe was out late at her night shifts, Ethan and I would end up sharing a pot of coffee in the backyard or talking about books. It was completely platonic. I never thought twice about it. The first sign that something was seriously wrong happened during a backyard barbecue a few weeks ago. My girlfriend couldn't make it because she was visiting her parents out of state. Ethan started making weird insinuation jokes in front of Chloe and a few neighbors. He hinted that I was always hanging around the property because I couldn't handle being away from the real center of attention. Chloe laughed it off awkwardly, assuming he was just being a teasing older brother, but it made my skin crawl. I ignored it, telling myself he just had a few too many beers. The next weekend, Chloe went on a 2-day camping trip with her coworkers. I stayed behind to catch up on some remote work. On Sunday morning, I was sitting on the porch typing on my laptop when Ethan walked out. Instead of sitting on the opposite bench, he sat right next to me, uncomfortably close. He started by saying he wanted to apologize for his comments at the barbecue. I told him it was fine and tried to go back to my typing. Then his tone changed. He said, "Look, we don't have to keep playing these games. I know why you really chose to rent this specific studio instead of getting a place downtown. I know how you feel about me." I literally stopped typing and stared at him, utterly confused. I asked him what on earth he was talking about. Ethan smiled, a terrifyingly confident smile, and said he knew I had a massive crush on him. He said he'd noticed the signs for months, how I always agreed to have coffee with him, how I volunteered to help him move his heavy furniture, and how my girlfriend conveniently missed the family barbecue. I was horrified. I answered him instantly, breaking it down point by point. I rented the studio because the rent was half the market rate, saving me thousands of dollars. I helped him move furniture because Chloe asked me to, and I had coffee with him out of basic politeness because he was my best friend's brother. He just nodded condescendingly, patted my knee, and said, "It's okay. I get why you're denying it. It's a complicated situation, and you're scared of hurting Chloe. I just wanted you to know that I'm flattered, but we need to keep things professional." He spoke to me like I was a delusional child, completely twisting my reality to fit his bizarre, narcissistic narrative. Every boundary I tried to set was treated as a guilty defense. I closed my laptop, got up without saying another word, and locked myself in my studio. Chloe has been texting me all day, asking if I want to grab dinner tonight when she gets back. I haven't replied yet. My hands shake every time I look at the phone. Chloe has been my anchor for a decade. She has always been on my side. But I am terrified of what happens when I tell her that the brother she loves has built a delusion around me, and that I can no longer stay in a place where my safety and truth don't even matter.